Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we give you a piece of breaking news. Is Kate Middleton close with Meghan Markle? This is truth. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, is not close with Meghan Markle. They didn't hit it off from the start, though I believe Catherine made an effort to make Meghan feel more at home at Kensington Palace, but things were frosty from the start. First of all, Prince William was onto the less savory aspects of Meghan's character. In 2017, well before an engagement had been proposed, Harry and Meghan were broken up as a couple. I know. The media glossed over that split but sang about the breakup between William and Catherine and reported on that extensively. So in this case, Meghan was treated far more kindly than Catherine, or Waity Katie had been treated by the press and paparazzi. Back to the mysterious comings and goings on Meghan in 2017. Prince William had an uninvited Meghan tossed out of a polo match in the UK, except she kept standing next to people pretending she was with them. Didn't work, since others thought she was a wee bit touched in the head and they moved on. Early summer 2017. Pics of Meghan leaving sans Harry are seen. Then the Invictus Games debacle occurred and somehow between Marcus Anderson, Jessica Mulroney, Doria, and Meghan, Harry looked uncomfortable, upset, aggrieved, and threatened. Yes, there exist pics that show Marcus leaning into Prince Harry, and it doesn't look nice. Remember, the Invictus Games are the brainchild of Harry. Marcus of Soho House fame was not welcome. William would have shown the sad excuse of a man to the door and out to the road. Harry thought he could handle the full frontal assault alone. He folded. That was September. The engagement was announced 7 weeks later. And all the time Catherine would try to tell her brother-in-law that he shouldn't be making this mistake. To please not marry Meghan. Harry must have mentioned Catherine not being a fan of Meg's, and suddenly the couple was moving out of Kensington. They had to flee for peace and quiet. That age-old excuse. And they wanted to live in Windsor Castle. The Queen saw Meghan overreaching once again, laughed, and handed them a rundown old servants' quarters. Frogmore is no Anmer Hall. Frogmore Cottage is what a cheeky American has been, wannabe gets when she asks for a castle. I guess no one told Meghan she didn't get to pick where they live. Not really, with Harry being so far down the line of succession. But Prince Edward and Sophie live in the palatial Bagshot Row. Huge, lovely estate. Meghan could have lived in a 22-room apartment in Kensington Palace, renovated, but it was next to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and Meghan would rather live in Windsor than next to the two people who saw her for the fake she is. The Queen saw it too. Why do you think the couple had a rather ramshackle cottage in Windsor with a car parked close by for the workers? Why did they live in a cottage where they could hear the planes flying overhead, making conversation difficult? Because the royal family was onto the fake Duchess. They knew her past, they knew she wanted to grab as many goodies as possible, and still Meghan wanted even more. Greedy girls often miss gifts. Catherine, in my opinion, did not like Meghan's approach. Meg loves to use the F word a lot, and she yells like a shrew to her staff, and then Catherine's staff too. Tut tut. Catherine politely corrected the narcissistic American and told her how to treat her staff. Meghan didn't hear a thing, because she had a turnover in her staff at an incredible rate. 3 months into being the Duchess of Sussex and 4 staff had quit on her. Catherine, in addition to seeing Meghan as rude and mean and selfish, watched as Meghan yelled at a 2-year-old Princess Charlotte to just stay the fuck still so her measurements could be taken. Charming, right? And Prince Louis had just been born, and poor Catherine was trying to help, but this quickie wedding, done with little planning on Meg's part, made her irritable and she struck out at a 2-year-old. Crazy, right? This didn't help Catherine's relationship with Meghan. Wherever is Meghan's motherly instinct? It wasn't on the wee flower girl, so excited to be all dressed up for Uncle Harry's wedding. But it became worse. Meghan wanted to be the more popular Duchess, and if I compare the two, it is because Meghan started it all. She thought if she was more popular, then she would be the next Princess of Wales. Did Harry not teach Meghan that Prince William, and thus by marriage, Catherine, would always go before them? I think she skipped class that day, but Meg's realized she couldn't be more popular, so she launched a lie to hurt Catherine. Prince William had an affair with Catherine's close friend. Nice one, Meg. Now Catherine really did dislike Meghan, and Prince William stayed the hell away from the American. Did you see how William fussed with his scarf because Meghan so very much wanted the dreaded paparazzi to snap a photo of her chatting amicably with William? She never got the chance. Meghan is good at trying to touch royals on their sleeves or backs when they are clearly not engaging with the dodgy Duchess, because it made Meghan look like they liked her. The royal family all tried to scurry away from Harry's bride. All. I am amazed that when Queen Elizabeth asked the beleaguered Catherine to chat with Meghan on the road to the church at Sandringham to make it look like all was well, that Catherine did as asked. Catherine and Meghan smiled away. Of course, Meghan is used to acting all nicely nice around people who loathe her, but I admired the Duchess of Cambridge complying with the Queen's request. I would have to drink half a bottle of scotch before I could manage a fake friendship to that degree. And then at Wimbledon, 2 years in a row, the Queen once again begged the Duchess of Cambridge to please take Meghan along and make it look like they were friends. I wonder if Catherine received any new jewelry from this charade, because she pulled it off. So many people thought Meghan had the stamp of approval from Catherine, and thus, William by default. No. It was all an act. Meghan's jealousy of Catherine goes back to the days when she married Prince William, and Meghan was spotted holding magazines, and she did this several times, of Catherine, and put the pics on her blog. Meghan wanted Prince William to notice her and like her. As in like her a lot. That works in Hollywood and at Soho House, but not in the royal family. Meghan. Has the girl no shame? Catherine spotted the sexual predator miles away, and William and Catherine probably found it so distasteful that Meghan would desire Harry's brother. So all that bad blood between the brothers is about a hell of a lot more than Harry shirking his royal duties. Oh yeah. This is about a greedy woman, used to using her body to influence men, who has dirt on Harry, who still is besties with that Marcus Anderson of Soho, and her charade that she could not hack it as a privileged, loved Duchess doing good and making the world a better, kinder, nicer place. No. The plan was to extricate Harry and make him Hollywood. They will be stars. Meghan didn't like not being liked, so she left the royal family, no great loss, and she hated on the UK, who knew they were so toxic and unhealthy, sponged money for their massive security needs, and left with nary a thank you to Canada. They now dislike Meghan too. Catherine cannot like a pretender. Catherine doesn't like that Meghan spirited Harry away, and for what? A lockdown in Hollywood so she could start revamping her amazing acting career. The girl no one had heard of? Catherine is light years ahead of Meghan in terms of kindness, sincerity, being dutiful, loving being a mom, and not hiding her pregnancy, dealing with the paparazzi with a smile, and she is truthful. Whatever all this drama is that's going on around Meghan will be resolved when her 5 imaginary friends are called as witnesses in her lawsuit over 2 papers. I used to like Meghan. Shocking? I think many of us gave her a fair shake. And Catherine played along as long as Queen Elizabeth asked her to do so. But there is no love lost between the real Duchess, working and living in the UK, and the faux Duchess, not performing royal duties, but is sponging off Prince Charles while the couple searches for the house the Queen never saw fit to gift them with. What a circus act, and all it took was 2 people, and 5 friends. We live in interesting times. Plus, what did you think of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's speech about George Floyd? For me, I think a picture is worth 1,000 words, and the picture from the Daily Mail says it all. At first, I thought this was photoshopped. Then I watched the speech for myself. Meghan does herself no favors with this sort of dramatic overacting. The most memorable line from the speech was borrowed from Jackson Avery, Grey's Anatomy, who said, "We're petrified of saying too much or saying it wrong. When the truth is, the only wrong thing you can say is nothing at all." And on Twitter, Babe Markle, who identifies as Sammy Markle and claims to be Meghan's sister, states that she checked with Thomas Markle Sr. and Meghan was nowhere near the Los Angeles riots. So Sammy Markle is claiming that part of Meghan's speech, giving a first-hand account of those riots, is untrue. I don't pretend to know how Meghan came to give this speech, whether she was invited or rang up the school and volunteered. I know she has a chief of staff who could have issued a statement to her preferred news outlets last week. If she had called for calm and an end to the looting and arson, people in her demographic might have noticed. But since she moved to Los Angeles, she's really just a small fish in a big pond of celebrities. She may not have been noticed. My personal opinion of the speech was that she focused on her story, and her story is old news. And you? What do you think about Kate and Meghan's relationship and her talks? Please let me know in the comment section and we discuss it. If you prefer with my channel, remember to subscribe to it and share my video for everyone. Now, thank you for watching, goodbye and see you in the next videos.